Good afternoon, everybody. This is Osiris, your host for 15 Minutes the Show, and today we have in studio, we like to do cool and live. We have in studio this bad brother. I hate to say badass, so I say badass for the guys and I say badass for the girls. Just to separate, but let me just give a quick rundown. Ahmed, I got to tell a little bit about you, okay?
Yeah, please.
He just became the Associate Artistic Director for the Echo Theater Company here in Los Angeles. He is a gifted actor, writer, director, producer, fight choreographer, and musician. He not only is the director of the lab for the theater company, he also is one of the founders, so we have to found the lab. Oh my gosh, it's so much, you guys. He came off Broadway, he did Stomp. He was the first CGI character in Star Wars, The Phantom Attack of the Clones, The Revenge of the Sith. You played J.T. Binks or J.J. Binks?
Jar Jar Binks, yes.
Which one?
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar, that's the way Jar Jar Binks. And he currently, he currently hosts both Star Wars Jedi Temple Challenge and the Afro-Futurist podcast. He's a recipient of the GLAAD Media Award for Outstanding Movie, Television, and Miniseries. I don't know what else to say.
I think that's about it.
Take it away. Oh my gosh, is that a lot? First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How does it feel to be the Associate Artistic Director for a whole theater company?
It feels really great. I had a little bit of a hard time accepting the role, you know, because as an artist, as a performer, there's a thing about wanting to do that and having that be the most time that you want to take, being creative, but there aren't a lot of Black people in these leadership roles. And because I feel like theater in general has to change, and because it needs a bit of a wake-up call and it needs a little bit of a kick in the pants, I think that more Black people in these leadership roles could help usher that change in. And I'm hoping to be integral in not only contributing to the continuing great work of the Echo, but also be the kind of catalyst for innovation and change.
And not only that, you've been a member there for like 10 years, right?
Yeah, I was there for a really long time. And,
God.
I directed and I acted with the company, and it's always been open for me and for my ideas. And being invited to be part of the leadership was just such a great honor because it just reinforced the trust that the artistic director and the membership have in me. So I was very appreciative of that.
Right. So now, what is it exactly that an associate artistic director does? I mean, you hire actors, you schedule planning, I'm sure, for the theater. Are you involved in the financial budgeting of the theater company, all the productions? What do you do and when do you have the time to do all of this?
It's a lot of reading. I joked, with people who have been congratulating me for the role, and I was just like, now I have to just up the amount of time I spend reading scripts. But it really is about carving the direction of where the theater is going. It's helping plan the season. It's finding playwrights, finding managers for the shows and for the work, inviting new members in, and really trying to help facilitate the vision of the theater company, short and long term.
And so is it a daily task, or is it something you do once a month, every day? I mean, this is like a full-time job, isn't it?
It could be, yeah. I mean, as you stated earlier, I do a lot of things, so it really is about time management. But theater has been such a part of my life for such a very long time that
Right.
a day doesn't go by where I don't think about theater.
Right.
So I'm constantly reminding myself, I'm constantly educating myself, and I'm constantly thinking about ways to make the theater experience a bit more 21st century, a bit more inclusive, and a bit more equitable for all of its members. So it's a daily thought process.
Yeah.
The hands-on process isn't daily, but I think about it quite a lot.
So now, in your process of thinking about it, Ahmed, I mean, is it just a soul thing here in LA? Do you form hands and relationships with other theater companies that are, in other areas of the country? Or is it, how is this working? Because with COVID-19, I just can't imagine what every theater company, every artist, or anyone creative, including myself, is going through. I mean, how is it looking? What are some of the new innovations that are coming about because of COVID-19, and how are you getting around some of those things, and how can we help you do that?
Yeah, collaboration is really important, especially collaborating with other theater companies around the world. And one of the things that has been happening because of COVID-19 is theater has become much more globally accessible and much more of a collective, right? This live experience, this experience of being in a room with people and people reacting to what you say is so incredibly missed by all of us in the theater community. Right. So it's brought us together in a way where we can all have that same feeling of longing for being in that room and learn from each other and collectively try to figure out how we can bring that feeling to you via a screen. So it's made the theater community globally smaller because we're all trying to figure the same thing out. And it has really boosted these ideas of innovation. Like, for example, I'm directing a play this weekend.
This weekend, you're directing a whole play. Wow.
Yeah, I'm directing a play this weekend that we're going to be broadcasting from the Echo. And we're using, various online platforms to try to bring that.
How are you doing that? I mean,
there are several different ways that you can do it. Of course, one is this one, Zoom. And Zoom has become a language that we all quite understand and we can all forgive, right? And what I mean by forgive is the medium isn't perfect, so the productions don't have to be as perfect as they would be
if
on a
it were
stage.
the general conventional way of doing theater.
So the audience is much more forgiving because they understand the limitations of the Zoom platform. There's also a bunch of other platforms that we're experimenting with. One is called StreamYard, and I worked with another theater company, IAMA and AMO theater companies, and we did a festival on StreamYard, which was very successful. And the StreamYard platform worked well because you can actually have a stage manager working the boxes, right? Like right now, you or I need to work the boxes in Zoom, but on StreamYard, they can size the boxes in different ways. And so what's happening a lot is programmers, people who work in tech, people who work on screen are really trying to put their heads together and figure out this two-dimensional platform and how to make it three-dimensional. So what we've been trying to do is we're the kind of test case. We're the catalysts, we're the experimenters, and whomever comes up with a platform, they show it to us, we use it, we see how it works, we give them feedback, and innovation continues. So that's been a benefit of what's been going on through COVID-19.
Yeah, it's kind of like forcing all of us to be a little bit more creative, a little bit more innovative, and to use that other 45% of our brains that they say we don't use. And so as a director and also as an artist, first of all, what is the image behind you? It's a kid with...
It's a kid. I found this kid on the internet.
Oh, he's cute. Hey! Oh my God, is it something you did? Somebody took the photo or something?
Yeah, this little kid had a sign that looked like he wrote it that said, Donald Trump is very weird. And I thought it was hysterical. So
Oh,
that's my
okay.
background. Because
Oh wow.
it looks like he wrote it. Like, look at his
It
face.
does look
Isn't he
like
cute?
it does look like that. But back to what we were talking about the new platforms that are being used. So as a theater company, is it less expensive? Is it costing more, or is it like now balancing things out because we can use platforms like Zoom and platforms that are like next to nothing or free at the on
Yeah.
spot?
Well, here's the challenging part. We still have structures that we have to pay for that aren't being used. So we have to find a way to bring in some kind of a theater revenue. So when COVID-19 has been solved, we can get back to what we do. What I'm hoping is that what we're experimenting with on the two-dimensional plane will be able to also be used when we get back to our theaters. So what we're doing is we're expanding the way we can bring you work. Rather than going, this is the computer platform, this is the live platform, we can somehow bring them both together and create an even greater theater experience.
Now, I was reading somewhere, I believe in February of this year, there is a Whitney Houston hologram tour. And so do you think, my feeling is that hologram is going to be the next level of technology because of COVID-19 and because of all the things we're having to be creative around. What do you think about that? Is there a way that you think that a theater company and its production crew could be taken on a hologram tour?
Absolutely. That's something that, excuse me, that's something I'm actually working on right now at my creative studio.
Yeah.
My creative studio is called the Best Innovation Story Network. And what
Okay.
we're doing is we're using augmented reality, right? So you have VR, which are the glasses, right? VR, you're in the closed glasses. Augmented reality is you see the real world and you also see a digital image, right?
Oh, simultaneously?
Yes.
Simultaneously at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So rather than looking at a virtual world in the VR glasses, you're looking at at the real world, and in the real world, there's a digital image. They'll place a digital image, right? And Microsoft had a VR AR headset called the Microsoft HoloLens, and they were using it to do things like personal training or place objects in a room for interior design, right? If you go on websites like Wayfair, and you want to buy furniture, you can take a picture of your room and then grab the item of furniture, put it in your phone, and then size it and look at it to see if it fits, right? Now, what we're trying to do with that is be able to do that in a three-dimensional way so you can actually see actors in 3D on a surface and experience a play.
I can see it. I can see that.
Yeah.
I see that, That looks so doable to me. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
possible.
Yeah, it's
possible.
very, very possible. And given the fact that I think it was Snoop and Tupac that both came out with the hologram. Remember, they got kind of shushed aside or something when they first did it. But again, hip hop is always ahead of the curve. That's why I love my boys,
Right.
But great idea. So what can we look for before we go? Because we only can do it for 15 minutes. That's the whole beauty of doing it. I love it. What can we look forward to from you? I mean, what kind of things like your fight choreography? Where can we look more about that? And when do you find the time to learn choreography? What kind of techniques do you use? I mean, there's so much that bubbling things that people want to know about you, and I'm so happy that your representatives hooked us up because I am in love with you and what you're doing over there. I think you're the best thing that I don't know why everybody else isn't blasting you all over the TV set, monitors, worldwide, national-wide, and everything else, but there is no one like you that I know of that is doing what you do. There's no one, I haven't heard of them. If I'm wrong, come to me. But I don't think there's anyone out here that's doing what this brother and this man is doing. So, in answer to my question, what can we look for? What can we
There are several
forward to?
things. I have, of course, the Afrofuturist podcast, which is ongoing.
Yeah. Where can we find the podcast? Just look for Afrofuturist.
Yeah, the Afrofuturist podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, cool.
And I'm developing a anti-racist game to teach anti-racism called Afro Rhythms from the Future. And I'll be doing seminars based on it. I actually did one with the theater company, and I'm doing a seminar with the Institute for the Future and the Long Now Foundation in the next couple of weeks, I think in mid-September.
Wow.
You can always find out about what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, which is BISN.
Yeah, the
on
BISN
YouTube.
Media, which you're also you're the founder or producer, the head of.
Yeah, that's my creative studio, BISN, Best Innovation Story Network. And it's not just the stuff that I do, but the people who I am affiliated with and how we all collectively create stories and put stories out. I'm always writing and directing something. Like, for example, I'm directing a film. I'm directing a play this weekend. I'm always in development, and I'm teaching directing at USC also this fall. So I'm not hard to find. I'm on the Twitters, I'm on the IGs. My son made me put up a TikTok account, so I'm on that now. I have no idea what that's going to be, but it's going to be something.
I think TikTok is hysterical.
It's hilarious.
What does he have you doing on there? What does he have you doing on
No, I don't know. He has all these like little dances and stuff that he's just like, Dad, do this. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to follow. I'm like my father now, I'm like, okay, whatever these crazy kids are doing, I just want to be a part of it.
Okay, like the father you didn't ever want to be. Like, okay, here I am, here we are.
Yeah, I'm totally my father.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, everybody, we gotta go. It's been 15 minutes again. Ahmed Best, for you, those of you who have never heard of this boy, I don't even have to say it again. Gifted actor, writer, producer, director, fight choreographer, musician, head of the fellow member of the Annenberg School of Communications and Journalism. He's a adjunct lecturer for the USC School of Dramatic Arts. I don't know what more we can tell you, but look him up now. Ahmed, where can we go online and find more about you? Facebook, give us your Facebook, give us your hashtag on IG, everything. Let's roll. What we got?
Facebook, it's under my name, Ahmed Best. On IG, it's Best Ahmed, so it's my last name, first name. And then on Twitter, it's Ahmed Best. YouTube is BISN, Best Innovation Story Network, but BISN. And website coming soon, bisnmedia.com, BISNMEDIA.com. And also you can find the Afrofuturist podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you get podcasts. And you can go to the AfrofuturistPodcast.com.
Man, what is your birth sign? You must be an Aries or somebody got all that energy.
I'm a Leo. My birthday's tomorrow, actually.
Oh my, yeah, I know you're fire because you got way too much energy. You're doing like this, that, and the other, and all the things that I'm sure you do them all well. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Anytime you want to reach out, man. I'm here for you. And whatever we can do to help support all of us creative people out here in the creative community, just, give me a ring ding and whatever we can do. I just love what you're doing, and I'm so impressed.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
What you do, okay? All right, everybody. It's been another 15 minutes. Don't forget to go on YouTube and check us out. Facebook, Osiris Munir, Ankh Entertainment, Stones in the Color of Rare blog, and 15 Minutes to Show. So don't forget to check out Ahmed Best and all that he does. It's been real, and we'll see you next time, okay? Meanwhile, bye, Ahmed. Thank you. Bye.